Hello everyone. Today is your lucky day. Why? Because I'm going to tell you a little secret. What kind of secret? A secret of productivity. In fact,
the Whiteboard of Productivity.
Alright, so as you may be able to tell from the title, I've decided to create this new thing called an improvement series. My plan for this, I kind of want to take it in the direction of different productivity hacks or tools, methods that I've developed over time and that I've applied to my experience and I've found that helps me, so maybe they'll help you. And the greatest thing about all of these tips that I'm going to share in this series is that they can be applied to anything. Whether you're an aspiring cook, an aspiring basketball player, anything where you can improve upon and you'd like to improve upon, these tips can help you. I'm not saying that they'll work right away for everybody, but they've helped me and I don't really see how they couldn't help you. And with that being said, the inaugural video of this series is about the Whiteboard of Productivity. What this is, I use a whiteboard kind of as my mitochondria of productivity, just getting things done, organizing everything that I have to do in a day, just keeps me on track with stuff. A lot of the things that I'll be sharing could also be used in journal form, sticky note form, however you'd like to, but personally, I like the whiteboard format just because it's plenty of space. You can hang it somewhere that you have to see it, you'll constantly see it, and you don't have to flip open a journal for it. Just an overview of the board, I split it up into 5 different little boxes. You could do differently, you can do a different order, but me, I do 5 different boxes, starting with weekly goals. Now, for weekly goals, these are just 2 or 3 things that I like to focus my attention on. I try to accomplish within a week's work. It can be anything, it can be about school, weightlifting, whatever you choose will help put you closer to your goals and endeavors. With the weekly goals, you want to keep things concise, simple, and really make them attainable. You don't want to set high weekly goals that take a month to accomplish. You just want things that you know you can handle in a week. It'll challenge you a little bit, but you can get after them. Also, a great thing about the weekly goals, once you write them down, if you accomplish one in the middle of the week, you can just take a red marker, check that junk right off, and I promise you, it's one of the most satisfying feelings ever, so highly recommend that. Other than that, moving on to the next square, which is my morning workout. The title's pretty simple. It's the little workout I do in the morning after getting out of my bed. If you'd like to know more about my morning routine, leave me a comment or a DM and I may make a video about that in the future. But what the morning workout is, I just pick 5 different exercises, low reps, just enough to get my heart pumping, get me a little more awake, and I like to target different muscle groups. So usually I just do an upper body exercise for my back, abs, legs, and then booty. If you do choose to partake in this little morning workout, I wouldn't even necessarily call it a workout. I'd call it kind of a warm-up for the day. I like it personally because it gets me loose, as I said, wakes you up, and if you're a weightlifter who likes to work out in the mornings or even the afternoons, I found that it makes my warm-ups much easier. Everything just feels a little better throughout the day. But definitely keep in mind, don't come out swinging on these. You don't want to go hard, do 50 to 100 reps of each thing, break into a full-on sweat right out of bed, dehydrated, half awake, and then you start getting nauseous and want to throw up before it's even 8 a.m. My next box is reminders. This box you have quite a bit of freedom. It's kind of just a vision board for the week. I like to write different affirmations, quotes, or even just reminders to keep you on track or not let you forget about some things that maybe typically you would. So yeah, that's reminders. Moving on to weekly habits. Now this box is probably the most important. There are different tasks that you'd like to become habits. So maybe you have things that you do occasionally, but you want to be more consistent, and they're not necessarily a lifestyle yet. This is the perfect box for that. As I said earlier about any of these boxes, you could tailor them to whatever you want. Maybe if you were a cheerleader, you'd say practice on your back tuck. Keep it low at first, and then you can adjust accordingly. You can up the frequency in which you want to work on it in a week, or you can up the difficulty of the task. So maybe if you want to make a goal to drink 80 ounces of water a day, after you're pretty confident with drinking 80 ounces of water 6 days a week, maybe you can up it to 100 ounces in 4 days. Stuff like that. And then you keep going, improving and improving. So an example for me, I think really for any weightlifters, recovery is a huge thing, and I use this board for recovery in my surgeries so much, and I couldn't be more grateful to myself that I did. Practicing different recovery techniques, making those habits for after training. That's another YouTube video that I could do if you guys are interested, some different recovery techniques. You can do a lot of stuff with diet in this technique, and just different work stuff that tailor to your work or hobby specifically. Then last but certainly not least, daily goals or daily tasks. You'd want to keep these about 7 to 10. Don't overwhelm yourself. Keep them very simple, very consumable, very small. At first it may be easy to get carried away and write down a bunch of different things that you want to get done, except you come home from school one day, or you come home from your workout and you're like, wow, I haven't even touched any of these. So make sure they're just little things that you can easily mark off that don't take much time and maybe help you get towards a bigger goal, if that makes sense. Another thing I would advise with this, if you run out of ideas for daily tasks, maybe you write down 3 and you're like, what now? Look towards your weekly goals and write down different specific tasks that can work towards your weekly goal or help you achieve that and make that easier. Another tip I have with the daily goals, I would advise just bite the bullet, okay? Bite the frog, just eat its head, knock the hard things out of the way first, or whatever you can that maybe make the rest of your tasks easier for the day. And that's it for the Whiteboard of Productivity. To some it may be cheesy, to some it may be, wow, this is exactly what I needed. Either way, I think it'll serve as some value to you. I like to update these, refresh them every Sunday night, so starting Monday, I have the whole week to go after them. Another thing to keep in mind with this can be ever changing. As I said, you want to work towards higher goals, get better. You don't want to stay stagnant at one spot and not make it more challenging and harder for you to achieve more. This board is all about improvement. This helped me with my knee surgeries and just be a better, more mature weightlifter completely. As long as you keep making it difficult for yourself, if you keep working towards it, these habits that seem maybe far off or preposterous to you now will be an everyday lifestyle. And potentially best of all, this is a super cheap method. You don't have to go to the store and buy an expensive journal. You don't have to go to some life coach to help you with this. All you have to do is go to the dollar store, buy a dry erase board, and buy some dry erase markers. Stay consistent with it. To conclude, everybody's different. Everyone's boards should look different. You just want to tailor it towards your goals and just stay motivated. You'll learn as you go how much tasks you can complete in a day, what habits are harder to complete, but just stay with it. If you do find some progress with this, send me it. Comment it down below. Send it to me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I'd love to see it. So with that being said, that is all for my first improvement series video. If you liked it, then like it. If you disliked it, then like it. Hope you guys are staying happy, healthy, and surf's up, dude. Wait guys, I have a cool outro idea. Ready for the sick outro? Wah!